completely fucked up the light. I just want you to know that. I just want you to know that. Yeah, it's recording. Alright. Oh, this is, you know, my intro. Come say hi. You look okay.
No, I don't.
You don't feel like you do?
No.
Well, can you... No, if you don't feel like you don't look okay, don't come over.
Okay, next video.
Next video, we're supposed to be doing a group.
Yeah, next video. Send me next video.
Alright, so my boyfriend says that you guys will see him next video when we do a buddy review of Ashley and Jaquavis's book. What's the name of the damn book? Oh, The Cartel. Yeah, so we'll do that together next video, which will be sometime on Friday.
Maybe Sunday at the latest.
I do my weekly wrap up on Sundays.
Well, it's going to be a special edition this Sunday.
Okay. No, I got to do my weekly wrap up.
Or maybe you should post 2 videos on Sunday.
Or we could just film tomorrow night and post it on Friday.
Yeah, I'm off tomorrow.
You're off tomorrow. Okay, so we got our whole schedule together. Hey y'all, it's Ashley Bookish Rum and I am back with another video, and today I am here with something that I've done once before, but I haven't done in a long time, and it is what is called a first impressions. And I see this done a lot with a lot of people who have manga on their channel, or what they call manga tube. I think that is the appropriate terminology. If I'm wrong, someone please correct me. But I have 2 volumes here that I actually finished yesterday, which was the 1st of January. 2 new manga series that I am definitely excited to continue reading, and 2 manga series where I already have the 2nd volumes in my Amazon shopping cart. And I'm sure Jarvis is like, what the fuck? This where money is being spent. This is exactly where money is being spent. So I'm going to go ahead and do a quick first impressions of My Hero Academia, and then I will be following it up with Mononoke Share. So this first volume here, My Hero Academia Volume 1 by Horikoshi, is a new shonen title that is supposedly going to be the It series. So if you guys didn't know, there's stuff going on in the background. I'm not crazy, I promise I'm not. As I was saying, if you guys didn't know, there are 3 manga series that were known as the big 3. I don't know if they're necessarily considered the big 3 anymore, because 2 of them have finished up and the other one is on like the 88th volume, and that is Naruto, Bleach, and One Piece. This year I have made myself a challenge of getting through and reading One Piece, but I also decided to check out My Hero Academia for the simple fact that I had been hearing a lot about it as a shonen series, and also as the possible next It series that could possibly turn into like another big manga title that everybody is into. I actually was at work today and one of my coworkers brought her significant other in, and he was like, you should definitely check out some action manga. And I was like, well, I read My Hero Academia last night. He was like, it's so awesome. So this is a very popular series. If you did not know, it is about a middle school student by the name of Izuku Midoriya, and he is growing up in a society that is solely focused on people rendering their superhero power. So everyone in the world has a superhero power that they call a quirk. Unfortunately for him, he hasn't presented any quirks. He doesn't have anything that's special about him, but he's truly passionate about becoming a superhero. He watches the superheroes, he takes note about their special abilities, just like the rest of the world. But unfortunately, when he wants to enter the UA, which is the elite school for these superhero characters, he doesn't really get the opportunity because he doesn't have a quirk. So he ends up meeting this superhero called All Might, and All Might sees something in him that no one else does, and he hopes to train him to become the next superhero. And I won't go into much more about the plot because I don't want to spoil it. It is a fascinating read. I only gave it 3.5 stars when I read it because of the fact that I found the plot a little bit repetitive, and I can see how the series could become repetitive if it's always going to be a book about them fighting different villains and each volume is about a different villain. That's going to become redundant and I'm not going to be interested. But keep in mind, I've only read the first volume, so there are probably somewhere around in between 18 to 22 volumes out right now. If you know the exact amount, please drop it down in the comment box. That way I officially know. And it could be different than my current perception of what it is, but I'm hoping that it does move past that kind of traditional trope. What I do enjoy about this series is that it focuses on the main character developing and honing some sort of self-confidence in himself, because he doesn't really have any type of self-esteem or confidence when we first meet him, but you can see that this is going to be a progress in him learning to become more confident and sure of himself. Another aspect of this that I had to get relatively used to was the artwork. I do not read a lot of shonen. The most shonen that I have ever read is Food Wars Shokugeki no Soma by Yu Sakura, which is one of my favorite manga of all time. However, I have noticed that in a lot of shonen, the art to me feels a little bit more convoluted because there's a lot more going on, because it's a lot of action. I am used to more like shoujo or josei, where it is cleaner panels and not so much going on. So that was a huge adjustment for me, but I thought the artwork was amazing. I just have to get used to how much is within a panel, I would say. The pacing of it was really, really great, and honestly, just overall, I'm really looking forward to seeing where this manga series goes. Apparently, I did like it enough to go ahead and make the effort to purchase the second volume. So the next one that I have here is Mononoke Sharing, and I'm not going to attempt to pronounce the author's name because I honestly am not sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. I'm going to look up some other videos on YouTube. That way, when I start looking at the other volumes and maybe talking about them, I'll have a better grasp on how to say the name of this mangaka. I have no idea. So this one is another one that I picked up on a whim. I saw it on my library's website as one that was a newer title that people had enjoyed, and I'm always looking for newer manga series to check out. I'm familiar with a lot of the older series, but not so much any of the new series. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna check this one out. It looks pretty interesting. It's about a high school girl named Yata, and she ends up becoming the roommates of 5 demon spirits. So their names are Roku, Momi, Yuki, Mizuchi, and Yuku. What I did not realize is that this manga has a heavy dose of nudity and sexual innuendos. Not fan service, but straight nudity. So if you don't get down with that, or if you're not interested in seeing that, then I definitely would not recommend picking this one up. The storyline is really, really cute. I love that we see Yata as this recluse who doesn't have a lot of friends. She doesn't really know how to communicate with people. She's not a very social creature. But then when she lives in this house with 5 demons, all of a sudden she becomes really sociable. She goes out with them. She's building this friendship and this relationship with each one of them, and I really, really can appreciate that. I love stories where the main character goes from being kind of a recluse and isolated and not really understanding how to be social, and then by being around certain people, they gain those skills, and that's definitely what's taking place in this manga. The only criticism that I think that I have for this one is that this is kind of told in a compilation of short stories. So with each section or each chapter of this manga, what we're finding out is a little bit more about each demon, which is good because we're looking at some character development, but there's not necessarily a plot encompassed into this, and that may be solely because of the fact that it may just be a slice of life. I'm not sure how this one is necessarily classified, but I'm hoping with the second volume we get a little bit more of the plot. There's also a hint at a female-female relationship in this, which I think is absolutely amazing. I'm not sure if it's going to develop into anything, but I was here for it. I was definitely rooting for the 2 people that it was referencing to, but I won't say anything because I don't want to spoil it. But the artwork was clean, the panels were clean. The only thing that I would say could be a little difficult is the way that the mangaka writes the thought bubbles and the speech bubbles. It does get a little confusing on who is thinking what and who is speaking at certain times, But once I got used to the art style and the way that the panels were drawn, it really made sense. And I did end up giving this one 4 out of 5 stars. All right, y'all, so that's my first impressions for 2 manga series that I have just started, as if I needed to start another manga series. If you guys are interested in me doing more like quick reviews and first impressions of manga that I'm reading, currently reading, or manga that I have read, please let me know in the comment box below. I really like doing this. I do read a lot of manga. I don't specifically have a channel dedicated to manga, but as you guys can see from the shelf when I did my manga shelf tour, I do read a lot. I talk about it a lot on my channel. So if you guys want to see me doing a little bit more manga based videos on the channel, also let me know that in the description box below. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content from me, click the subscribe button and the bell for notifications. And if you're interested in following me on social media, all of my links will be down in the description box. I hope everyone has a good night. Bye.